What is up, everybody? I'm actually here to kind of help out a lot of the people who are trying to learn a new language. I learned German, started learning German about a year ago, and I have a lot of tips for people who are getting into the language learning scene. There are a few friends of mine that are trying to learn German as well. There are a few other friends of mine that are trying to learn other languages, and I feel like these tips are going to be very helpful for anyone getting into the language learning scene. First, I would like to say that the methods that I've used to learn German are completely unorthodox. They're not traditional. I didn't go to an official school for this or take any official classes or anything because I wanted to have a different approach. First thing I want to kind of touch on is when you're learning any language, it will only be difficult if you have no interest in learning the language. And I know that sounds very obvious, but I think that's something that I really need to put out there. If you're not interested in learning the language, you won't learn the language. No matter how many classes you take, no matter how many times you hear, the language around you and stuff in your surroundings, you won't learn it. Case in point, I was in Korea for an entire year and I was surrounded by the culture and the people, and I learned maybe one word because I had no interest in learning the actual language. So that's very common. A lot of people will travel on vacations to various countries that speak completely different languages and they refuse to learn the language because they just want to go there for a good time, which is totally fine. But learning a language definitely is a lot easier when you have some interest in it. So that's the first thing. Second thing is know that when you do learn languages in schools and stuff like that, a lot of times you will learn like a formal way of saying things or pronouncing things and whatnot. And, when you do speak to locals and stuff like that, it might sound a bit, proper, like almost too proper. So people will be like, oh, okay, cool. So what I wanted to do with my approach to learning German, I wanted to understand what is regularly used in that country amongst like younger people like myself. I'm kind of old, but still, I wanted to see, what language is used out there. What is the pop culture lingo? I don't want to learn like the traditional German. I want to learn what is being used today, because it makes it easier to communicate with people your age and it makes you a lot more relatable. And while it's very unorthodox and I would not entirely recommend it, because a lot of people will say learn the basics first and then get into the lingo and stuff, I would actually recommend learning however you feel comfortable. So for me, taking classes and stuff in a classroom sitting down, it's very boring. I don't like that. I love to laugh. I have a very short attention span. I like to have fun. So I structured my learning plan around how I learn as a person. So I watch a lot of YouTube, watch a lot of TikTok, watch a lot of, posts on Instagram. So I'm like, you know what? These are things I already do on a daily basis. Let me transfer that over to German. Now, I don't know a lick of German at all. So one of the two programs I used to help me out were Duolingo and Babbel. And this is not a sponsored video at all. Duolingo and Babbel. Duolingo taught me a lot of new words, like vocabulary and stuff like that. But, what are words when you don't have a structure? Babbel will actually show you how to arrange the words in an appropriate way. I also have a Discord server, so that helped a lot. Most of the people on my Discord server are German, so speaking with people every day or every other day or pretty often, even just hopping in Discord and listening in on some conversations that a lot of people are having that are from Germany and stuff helps a lot, because it gets you familiar with how things are supposed to be said. For instance, when I did Duolingo and Babbel, I learned a lot. I learned a lot of new words. I learned about the sentence structure and stuff, but the way I would pronounce my words were very boxy. It was very boxy, did not sound at all like how it was supposed to sound in German. And the reason why is because I did not take time to actually listen to people using those words on a day-to-day basis. So, hopping in Discord and hearing that helped a lot. Now, if you don't have Discord, which a lot of people don't, I would definitely recommend trying to just sit down and find a YouTuber from the country that you enjoy, right? Like the country for whatever language you're trying to learn, and watch a lot of those videos. Watch those videos. Let's say you normally watch like how-to videos, or you watch lifestyle videos or gaming videos. Find a YouTuber from that country and start watching their videos. You might not understand anything, not anything at all, but the more you learn on like, free applications and stuff like that. Babbel is not free, I don't think. There are like maybe 1 or 2 free lessons that you can start off with, but Babbel is like something you have to pay. I think it's like $19 a month. It's totally worth it though. I will say that. Duolingo is totally free, and it does help if you use it the right way. You can hear how the words are pronounced, how words are arranged, and eventually you can kind of put two and two together. You can even look in the comment section and look at how people are phrasing their comments, and that helps a lot. So those things help me out a lot. Frequency is huge. I cannot stress this enough. When you are learning a language, if you take breaks that are way too long and you don't have the basics down, you're gonna keep starting from zero, from complete scratch. Make sure that you're practicing in some form, some way, shape, or form every day. You don't have to practice speaking every day, but you have to practice doing something, whether that's watching a movie in the language you're trying to learn, whether that is, reading a book in the language you're trying to learn, or speaking the language you're trying to learn every day. So you can switch it up. Like today, I don't feel like speaking German, so I'm going to go watch a movie in German and have some subtitles turned on. I'm at the point now where I don't need English subtitles. I'll have German subtitles on so I can read that and go like, okay, cool. Helps a lot. One of the best tips I think I have for my new learners and stuff out there, because my German is not perfect. It's far from perfect. You can watch any of the videos on my channel. It's not perfect at all, but I feel like now it's gotten to a point where it's very understandable for people who are out there. I would definitely say, when you are learning and stuff like that, don't be so hard on yourself. That's like one of the biggest tips I can tell you. I'm always hard on myself. I say like, my German's horrible, but the fact that you're doing this all the time, it's going to show a lot of progress. It's absolutely huge. And I feel like it's underrated. A lot of people cut themselves down and stuff like that by kind of saying that they're like, them speaking is bad. And that's another thing too. Make sure, do not be afraid to mess up when you're speaking. I think everybody collectively is afraid to speak other languages because they're afraid that they'll mess up. Newsflash, you're gonna mess up. But the only way you can get better is speaking and attempting words. When I tried to pronounce squirrel in German, I think I said Eicherchan the first time. I tried. I have a video on my channel where I try to pronounce squirrel in German. And now I can pronounce it a lot better. I mean, it's like Eichhörnchen. But you have to learn by doing, and people will correct you. People in the comments will correct you. Eventually you can I would say find some Discord servers to talk to people and whatnot. And it helps a lot. It helps a lot. These are the methods I've used so far to help me learn German, and I can apply these same methods to learning any other language. The last tip I have that is probably the most important is make sure that you learn the conversational phrases first. Like whatever you would do to talk to a brand new person in your own native tongue, learn those phrases and responses first. I know Laosha 55,000 recommended that as well, and it is absolutely perfect. That's the core of every language. Hi, how are you? I'm sorry. How was your day? Things like that. Whatever you would ask when you're introducing yourself to a person and trying to start that initial conversation, learn that first in every language. That 100% will open the door for a lot of things. Learn how to say, I'm practicing my whatever language you're trying to speak, and I would like some help, please. Boom. That'll open the door. How do you say blah, blah, blah? Learn how to say that in the language you're trying to learn, because it makes things a lot easier. I didn't know how to say, how do you say in German? And then it was like, was bedeutet, like what means this? Or wie heißt whatever auf Deutsch. So what is blank called off in German, So learn how to say those things, because language learning is an infinite process. You will never fully master any language. English is not even fully mastered for me. There's so many words I don't know and but you can become very fluent very fast if you just follow those. I think those are like very unorthodox methods that helped me, and hopefully they help somebody else out there. So, this video is just me trying to help the new people out there speak, whatever desirable language that you have out there that you want to learn, whether that's Japanese, Korean, German like myself, or Russian or Serbian. That would be, these tips will help a lot. I mean, if you're a very untraditional learner like myself, because let's be honest, who really like school. There are people that do. Trust me, there are people that do, but it's just not my vibe. So make the language learning process as easy as humanly possible for yourself by learning through methods that you already use on a daily basis, playing video games, watching TV shows, YouTube, Instagram. Switch everything up to the language you're trying to learn, and you will learn that language expeditiously, I promise. That's pretty much it. Let me know if you guys agree with these tips. I'm no expert in German, but I definitely can say I've made tremendous progress in just a year's time learning from scratch, and hopefully that helps somebody out there. That's pretty much it. Take care. Peace. Well, what a pleasure it is to see all of your beautiful faces at the end of this lovely video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sure you know, as I've mentioned in the past, we do have a Discord that's linked in the description down below, and we would love to have you a part of the world's greatest community ever, BRAYGANG. Yes, if you've made it to this point in the video, you're officially a part of the community. So go ahead, join the Discord server. Link is in the description down below. And we also have other social media as well, like Instagram, Twitter. We're live. We go live on Twitch quite often as well. So it would behoove you to, go ahead and subscribe to the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JamesBrayGang. Join the cause and be a part of the greatest, literally the greatest community ever. Okay, it's simple. Just go ahead and do those little things. We're trying to grow on all these little platforms and everything, and it really means a lot. Now, I know you guys stumbled up across the channel and you're like, what does this guy post? Like, what kind of content does he post? Reactions, vlogs, pretty much whatever comes to my mind. All right, it's random content. I don't know what I'm gonna be posting 10 years from now, but I do know that you can stick along for the journey, and it really means a lot. Now, for every single person that subscribes and follows all of the accounts that I have made, and all the links will be in the description down below, that's an automatic entry for any future giveaways I decide to have. I'll remind you when the giveaways take place, but you'll be surprised what I will be giving away because you guys have supported me so much up to this point, and it's only right that I do the same thing back. Thank you guys so much for being amazing, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.